What's up, you all? What's up, you all? Give y'all a chance to come in. Oh, what's up? Broken Traditions, what's up? Y'all follow Broken Traditions. The new media, Michaela, what's up? Destro, what's up? Cammy, what's up? Might be Cammy. We about to get started today, man, and talk about Kaia, what's up? We're gonna talk about Breonna Taylor. I know it's a sensitive topic and subject, but I want to just go over the facts. And the argument, what's up, Anthem? The argument is whether or not the police were racist. If you notice, when we're talking about police officers, there's two separate arguments that never get contextualized. The first argument is, are the police racist? And the second one is, are the police just bad officers, meaning they're just corrupt officers? Those are two different arguments. Officer can be corrupt and not be racist. So at the end of the day, these are two arguments that we're talking about. But the media always shows you that if a cop kills someone black, then it's automatically racism. But they don't tell you that the cops kill white people, Asian people, Hispanic people. Like, so what is it then? If it's not racism when a cop kills a white person, or when they kill an Asian person, or when they kill a Hispanic person, you know it's a setup. If it's only racism when it's one group of people and you know they're intentionally trying to give you a message or a narrative. What's up, Jahan? But the whole purpose of this is to talk about the facts and then talk about the context of what's going on and then also the propaganda behind it. Now I'm gonna go live on YouTube real quick.
This is like when you go to the store and they
Dr. Anthony Fauci.
You know, I have people that actually told me that I shouldn't tell you all the truth. You would be surprised how many people have a problem with what I do. You'd be shocked. You would be shocked how many folks do not like what I do. And the only reason they don't like it is because everybody does. There's a content creator for every second of the day. So clearly, content creators can't be the issue. It's not content creators, not me getting on here talking. It's what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about goes against all the narratives and propaganda. You'll be surprised how many people don't like what I do. And I'm like, why? And literally, they don't even have an answer. It's just because I'm telling the truth. They make up all kind of stuff that I don't say. They say I said this. They can't ever pull it up. They accuse me of that. Can't ever show me. It's just the fact that I'm telling the truth. So we were talking about oppression. I've been quote unquote oppressed since this whole Peter pandemic came out. My only time experiencing oppression is when these jabs came out. When my job said, you can't work here anymore because you won't get the snake bite. Or the EEOC starts pulling shady stuff and say, oh, we're booked up for the whole year. I've experienced, or my Chase bank account gets shut down my business account, my checking account, and my credit card all at the same time. Then when I called and asked Chase why they did it, they said, oh, the computer told us to do it. So I've experienced oppression. So can't nobody black tell me about oppression because nobody black experienced what I experienced. Only person I've seen in my shoes is Kanye. Because I experienced the Chase thing firsthand. What's up, Bonifay? What's up, Make America Great Dope? What's up, King Tabernacle? But I got what's up, Sartorio, Tobacconist? out of Mississippi. Hey, y'all follow Sartorio Tobacconist, man. He's a fly dude, man. He be sitting there talking. I gotta give him credit, man. He got the tobacco leaves, you know, he got it all. Listen, y'all go check him out though, for real. But we got Boosie on the screen, and Boosie wants you all to believe that Kanye apologized. I'm just starting with Boosie real quick. Now, Kanye West said he apologized for people's feelings getting hurt, not for what he said. It's two different things. I can say something and it hurts somebody's feelings versus me apologizing for what I said that hurt their feelings. You know what I mean? And y'all know I'm on YouTube right now. I'm gonna put it up in a minute. But I want to get back to the facts about Boosie. You know, we gotta cut through all of this BS. Boosie had a 15-year-old child as his hitman. The boy admitted to 9 murders. Then Boosie then terrorized the boy and killed one of his family members and then beat him up when he was incarcerated. So basically, Boosie put him under duress for him to not testify against Boosie, and he changed his statements. The boy said he admitted to 9 murders, and he also has a tattoo on his stomach that says, "Who you want next, Boosie?" So again, all this stuff is documented. It's not a secret. So Boosie running his mouth, but he's not telling you all that he turned a 15-year-old boy into a serial killer. Now, black folks like to overlook these things because we like Boosie and we hate Kanye. I'm just telling y'all this. Kanye never had a 15-year-old boy become a hitman. So whatever Kanye said and did, it can't even compare to what Boosie did. And when they asked Boosie, well, how do you feel about the tattoo the young man have on his stomach that says, "Boosie, who you want next?" Boosie said, "That's my little hitter. That's like my son." This is what Boosie said. So again, all these guys get on social media and these platforms and run their mouth. But when we get down to the facts of the matter, these are very wicked and evil and low character individuals. And Boosie doesn't even speak to the young man anymore. This young man threw his life away for Boosie, and he doesn't even speak to him. You have not heard Boosie one time go off on a rant about how the 16-year-old boy is serving life without parole. He will never get out. Boosie got out, gets to enjoy his life. That young man will never get out. Have you ever heard Boosie go on a rant about that? Not at all. You've heard Boosie go on a rant about Kanye because that's low-hanging fruit. I don't respect these guys. Most rappers are bad actors stuck in character. They're bad actors stuck in character. So again, when the rubber meets the road, we see that Boosie is a very poor example for our children, and he's a detriment to our race because he turned a 15-year-old into a nine repeat offender. He killed 9 people. Now I want you to think about the collateral damage behind 9 people being killed behind what Boosie told somebody to do. That's 9 families affected. That's communities affected. That's people scarred for life behind what Boosie did. And Boosie has the audacity to talk about Kanye West, who didn't apologize. So at the end of the day, I want us to be very clear. When I get on this platform, I talk about the facts and the truth. I cut through all that BS, all that emotional stuff, all that getting rowdy. I cut through all that because I know that context takes away emotion. So Boosie turned a 15-year-old boy into a serial killer, and nobody's outraged, but we're outraged at Kanye West. So look in the mirror and ask yourself, why am I mad at Kanye West and not mad at Boosie? Why have I canceled Kanye West and not canceled Boosie? I'll tell you, because to be black is to be controlled. And black culture, as we see, and black people, as we see, are controlled by the elite Jews. Let me get specific. The Jews in control are the ones that control black people and black culture. They have been since day one. Since y'all want to get specific, let me get also Pacific like the ocean. What's up, Heather? Right. Manipulation is an understatement. Manipulation is an understatement. Boosie is running around here telling you all that Kanye is a sellout, but Boosie turned a serial killer a young 15-year-old into a serial killer. And who do you think he killed? He killed everybody that looks like Boosie and Kanye. The audacity and the hypocrisy and the egregiousness of Black culture to want to cancel Kanye and let these murderers, these thieves, and these cowards run rampant in our community. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. And then a person like me, when I speak, I get condemned for telling the truth. And you all don't think you don't have a price to pay for that. Black folks don't think you're going to have a price to pay for rejecting the truth. The truth is God. So the truth gets you to God. If you reject the truth, then you ultimately reject God. And this is what Black people's demise is. They have rejected God. They've embraced Satan in these rappers and these people in the entertainment industry who we idolize, these athletes. They've accepted Satan. They've accepted idol worship. They've accepted skin worship. They've accepted culture worship, and they've turned their back on God. And these are the results. He got out of jail because little boy got on stage at 16, got on the stand and said Boosie didn't have him do it. He did it on his own. The little boy got on the stand and said, Boosie didn't have me do it. I did it on my own. Even though he got a tattoo that says, Boosie, who you want next? Even though he originally agreed to testify against Boosie, even though all these things, at the last minute, the boy thought about his family and the boy thought about his life. And at the end of the day, Boosie doesn't even talk to the young man. He doesn't even speak to him. Do you know how sick and disgusting it is for Boosie to not even speak to the young man that he turned into a serial killer? You know how low of a person you got to be? You know how much of the scum of the earth you got to be to take a 15-year-old boy that looks at you as an idol? He looked at Boosie as an idol and a father figure, and you take that boy's admiration and innocence and turn him into a serial killer, and you all are still allowing Boosie to speak. I'm disgusted. And this is why I go so hard against Black culture, because it's satanic and it's demonic, period. So, with all that being said, I want to get into Breonna Taylor. I just wanted to talk about Boosie for that quick second, and how much of a coward he is and how disgusting he is. He's saying Kanye apologized. Kanye lost everything, didn't apologize. Boosie was crying because he lost his IG page. Boosie was crying to Mark Zuckerberg because he lost his IG page. These people are cowards and they're disgusting. Boosie was crying because he lost his IG page. I lost my job. I lost my bank accounts. I lost demonetization. I lost all this stuff. And you ain't never heard me once cry to nobody, especially nobody like Mark Zuckerberg, period. Y'all ain't heard me cry one time. These men are cowards, not even real men. They're actually just workers of iniquity. They actually work for Satan. Boosie actually works for Satan. He actually is working for the devil. How disgusting is it for this man to take this little boy's innocence, to take this little boy's desire to have a father, to take this little boy's desire to have a role model, to take this little boy's desire to want to be something in life, to take that and pervert it to the point where you turn him into a serial killer. The boy admitted to killing 9 people for Boosie. And y'all are still letting him talk. It's disgusting. And if I post a video, I can't even post stuff on TikTok. People report my videos, report my comments. It's disgusting. I have no sympathy, zero. Talking about oppression. Y'all have not been oppressed at all. When y'all was faced with any kind of adversity, y'all went ahead and took that snake bite, period. Y'all took the snake bite. Don't tell me you was oppressed. The white man got on TV and said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, and y'all voted for him. Don't tell me you oppressed. I don't want to hear it. Sorry about that, y'all. Let me get on to Breonna Taylor. I'm done with Boosie. I'm done with Boosie. He's a worker of iniquity. He works for Satan. He's a detriment to our people. He destroyed families and communities. He's disgusting. Thank you so much, Heather, for the sticker. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, now let's get to Breonna Taylor. Now I'm going to ask you all a question. What did Breonna Taylor do to get a statue? What did she do to get a statue? Man, they still got my video loading, man. Oh my goodness, dude. Why is my video still loading? This is crazy. Why is my video still? This video has been loaded. This is ridiculous. It's insane. Why is this video still loading? Okay. Okay, here we go. So what did Breonna Taylor do to warn her to get a statue? Or what did George Floyd do? They weren't known for any community work. They weren't known for liberating the people. They weren't known for activism. What did Breonna Taylor and George Floyd do to get a statue and to get immortalized in Black history? Because now Breonna Taylor and George Floyd are a part of Black history as it pertains to the fight against racism and oppression. What did they do? Can someone pull up anything they did help the community? Now you will hear about George Floyd going to speak to the people about bettering their lives, but he was on dope doing it though. He was on dope doing it. It's a dope fiend. It don't count. It don't count to go talk to the children if I'm smoking dope, if I'm swallowing pills. So tell me, what did they do that was so beneficial to the Black community? How did they become a part of history? How are they being called martyrs? What did they do? Somebody said she was innocent. Okay. When has innocence been a qualifier for greatness? When has a person being innocent qualified them for greatness? Help me out. If she was innocent, when has that been a criteria for me to have murals all over the country and all over the world? Tell me when. What's up, the Ice Wolf? The Ice Cold Wolf? Well, my video is still loading on YouTube for some strange reason. That's crazy. That is crazy, man. They ain't even got my video up, man. That's crazy. All right, man. Well, I don't have my video, but let's go. Let's improvise. Doesn't make any sense. A lot of censorship I go through. A lot of stuff I go through. Y'all wouldn't believe the amount of stuff I go through. You wouldn't even believe it. It's absolutely disgusting. It's disgusting. And then to get told I'm lying and selling out is just disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. It's crazy. None of my stuff. Okay. And Breonna Taylor rented a car in 2016 that was used by her then boyfriend, Jamarcus Glover. In December 2016, Fernandez Bowman was found dead in the car. He had been shot 8 times. The documents also allege that back in 2016, the body of Fernandez Bowman was found in a car rented by Breonna Taylor. When LMPD detectives arrived at Taylor's home to question her, Glover was there. Taylor told detectives she did not know Bowman, that she had been dating Glover for several months, and that she had let him drive the rental car. She also gave detectives her phone number, which was the number that Glover was still using as recently as February of that year, according to documents. That homicide victim was the brother of Demarius Bowman, one of Glover's associates, who has been arrested with Glover numerous times, the report stated. So what we find is that Breonna Taylor rented a car for her then boyfriend, Jamarcus Glover. Someone was found dead in the car. Now we go to the article, he's going to be found dead in the car with drugs in the car. So this is the brother of one of Jamarcus Glover's associates. So it's a connection between Jamarcus Glover, the rental car, the guy dead in the car, and his associate. So why would Breonna Taylor rent a car for someone and let him use the car blindly, knowing what he does? Now everybody knows Jamarcus Glover was selling dope. Everybody knows Jamarcus Glover was selling dope. Jamarcus Glover was also using Breonna Taylor's phone number as his own and her address. So ask yourselves a question: did the police randomly go to Breonna Taylor's house? Yes or no? If she dated the guy and the guy was still using her phone number and her address, did the police randomly go to Breonna Taylor's house? So the answer is no. So the argument here is, were the police racist? This is the argument. The argument is, were the police racist? Because the media said they intentionally and randomly went to Breonna Taylor's house to kill her. This is what the media says. And this is what everybody is going crazy over. The police woke up one day and said, you know what? Let's get Breonna Taylor. Let's go get Black Girl Magic. So they loaded up the SWAT team, went to her house to kill her. This is what the media is saying. This is what the media is saying. Even though they did what they call like a multiple raid bust, where they busted multiple residents at the same night. They busted multiple residents at the same night. Multiple. This wasn't just some random, we gonna pick her tonight. It's not what it was. But you know what? They got my video messed up because I can't play what I want y'all to see. So now I got to go to, hold on one second, Instagram. Shoot. These people are crazy. They did not load my video up. Now I got to airdrop it. Now I gotta airdrop the video. So I'm gonna airdrop the video and I'm gonna add the video so I can pull up the video file on the stream. So based on the facts are Jamarcus Glover was selling dope. He's been busted for selling dope. Jamarcus Glover used a car rented by Breonna Taylor, and someone was found murdered in the car. But no one wants to ask the question, where was Jamarcus Glover when the person was murdered with the car if he was driving the car? How did Jamarcus Glover get separated from the car? Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I got something for y'all now. Had to improvise. Had to improvise. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, let's go. I'm trying to figure out how do I get the sound on the video. Why is there no sound on the video? Man, these people crazy, man. Let me see something.
Just found something out that's blowing my mind. And don't come into my comment section and say, you didn't know that? No, I didn't. So 4 people were recently arrested about Breonna Taylor, and 3 of these faces are new faces. These were the people who were at Breonna Taylor's house on that night, and the 3 at the top were...
There's not even an option to even unmute the video. That, like, it doesn't make any sense. Y'all can hear, but it's not the... I can't even... This is crazy. Well, I'll just let y'all hear it then, because it's I can't
I just found something out that's blowing my mind. And don't come into my comment section and say, you didn't know that? No, I didn't. So 4 people were recently arrested about Breonna Taylor, and 3 of these faces are new faces. These were the people who were at Breonna Taylor's house on that night, and the 3 at the top were the one who fired the shots. But only Hankinson, the one at the top right there, is the only person who's arrested from this whole group. And then I realized I don't think I ever read her case. Come to my computer, I want to show you something. 5 warrants were issued that night, and most of them were in this area except for Breonna Taylor, 16 kilometers away in this house. This was Breonna Taylor's house. 7 officers came in the middle of the night to execute the warrant, and the first thing they noticed, there was flickering lights at the window, and everything was pretty dark. Right inside, this was Breonna Taylor sleeping, and her boyfriend was watching TV, and that's where the source of light was coming from. There was a lamp right here. The officers came in. Usually when a warrant is being executed, they knock and they introduce themselves, and that's what they were supposed to do. These were the officers, and this is Hankinson, one of the men who was recently charged. They knocked, and this was what was happening inside. Breonna.
So you notice she says that they knocked. Now, they told you throughout the media they didn't knock, but now they're saying, oh, they knocked. So the whole purpose of all of this was propaganda, because they said they didn't knock. They woke up that morning, said, we're going to get Breonna Taylor. They went to the house, didn't knock, kicked the door in, and started shooting. That's what they told you. Now, the details come out, oh, they actually knocked. And we're going to hear the testimony from the boyfriend. It's going to be some shocking testimony. Going to be some shocking testimony. Y'all going to be upset about it. But you know what? Let's you know what? Nah, you know, I ain't going to do it yet. Let's keep listening. Let's keep listening.
Her boyfriend woke up and they said, who is it? But nobody answered. The boyfriend thought someone was breaking in because they were breaking the door, and he grabbed his handgun and they both stood right there. As soon as the door breaks, the officer can see there are 2 people standing there, but Taylor and her boyfriend can't identify who's over there. Because guns are legal in America, and if you have a carry permit, you're allowed to defend yourself if you believe you're in danger. So the boyfriend shot at the officer right there. The officer shot back 4 times. He shot 2 more times when he fell to the ground, a total of 7 times. The second officer right next to him just emptied his clip right at them. But remember the man who was recently charged that was right there? Guess what he was doing? Hankinson was lurking around like the peasant he is, and he kept shooting blindly at the balcony and at her window. For no reason! Hankinson, the man who was firing into the window, later came to the crime scene to hide evidence. I found this body cam footage. Watch it.
There's Hankinson, who walks right into the crime scene.
What's this address? Is anybody here dead?
Yeah. Detective Brad Hankinson came up to me at the front door, and I explained to him that, we locked it down. This is a crime scene. Watch out, don't step on casings. So I think it's casing here.
I can't show the rest because it's kind of graphic, but the officers kicked him out. So how are these 3 people involved? You guys, these are the people who falsified information to get the warrant. You know what they said to get the warrant? They said Breonna Taylor was getting illegal packages sent to her house. So if you watch Queen Pins, you would know that if you send illegal things through the mail, the U.S. Postal Service investigation unit gets involved, and then they partner up with the federal government. After the news broke out with Breonna Taylor, the Postal was like, there were no illegal packages coming in. So they...
Do y'all know how much dope and stuff go through the mail? Do y'all know how much illegal activity goes through the mail postal service? What are we talking about? We almost act like crime doesn't exist when this stuff happens. People send stuff through the mail all of the time and get in trouble for it. This happens all the time. Just look it up. This ain't nothing new.
3 who got the illegal warrant conspired to lie. You guys, I think they were getting paid.
Okay, so now I got somebody in my Facebook page talking about they didn't knock. Now let's listen to what. Forget what I say. Forget what the media says. Forget what everybody else says. We gonna listen to what the guy said that was in the house with her. We gonna listen to his testimony because guess what? He was there and he wouldn't lie. The guy that was in the house, he wouldn't lie. So we're going to listen to him. We ain't going to listen to the media, CNN, some woke folks on social media. We're going to listen to the guy that was there. Hold on. Let me back it up. Easy back it up. Easy back it up. Easy back it up. We're going to listen to him.
Nobody, my girlfriend's dead.
Tell him we have 11015.
What is... How's your girlfriend? I don't know.
Inside?
Yeah, somebody was... I was banging at the door and she said, who is it? And the other started shooting.
No, we down 3 times. Please search warrant.
Now, this officer said, we announced 3 times police search warrant. Now, we gonna focus on what her boyfriend said, because what you all didn't do is you all didn't go listen to his interrogation. Not even interrogation, to his questioning. I know y'all didn't do it. So y'all don't know what he told the police when he was sitting down, comfortable, like on First 48, and he had that Coke in front of him, and he was feeling comfortable. Y'all don't know what he said then. Again, it's the media manipulation. But we're gonna listen to him, not me, not the person on Instagram, on YouTube. We're gonna listen to what this man says to see what really happened.
Yeah, my girlfriend is shooting at us.
Who was shooting at us? We have to go in if there's somebody.
What is this about? We don't...
First of all, how does this man sound to you all? How does he sound? Does he sound very, I don't know, does he sound, let's keep listening. Let's keep listening.
We're both just regular workers.
Hey, boss.
Where is she at in the apartment? She's on the ground. Where at? In the hallway.
What kind?
How does this man sound to y'all? Tell me. How does this man sound? Let me wind it. Let me wind it back up.
Who was shooting at us? We have to go in if there's somebody.
What is this about? We don't
Dude, SWAT can come.
We're both
We're not
just
going in
regular
there.
workers.
Hey, boss.
Where is she at in the apartment?
She's on the ground. Where at? In the hallway.
What kind of gun did she shoot?
It's a it's a regular 9mm.
They asked him, who shot? And he said, she did. Her boyfriend said that she shot the gun. We're going to chew on that for about 5 seconds. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1. The boyfriend said that she shot the gun. Now, why didn't your favorite media outlets, why didn't your favorite woke folks on social media, why didn't they tell you what this man said? Why did they tell you that this man said that Breonna Taylor shot the gun, which would make sense because if they were both in the hallway, how did she get shot all those times and he didn't? If they were both standing side by side in the hallway, how did she get all the bullets and he didn't? They're in a narrow hallway. So how is it possible for her to get hit 6 times and he get hit none? And he's the one that shot. Make it make sense. They're in a narrow hallway. We saw the diagram. Everybody loves diagrams. We saw them standing side by side. How does she catch 6 bullets and he catches none? Explain it to me. Was he behind her while she had the gun? Was he behind her when she had the gun? How did she get shot 6 times and he don't even get grazed with a bullet? Yeah, I might leave this up on IG, this first part. Let's continue.
Did she shoot or you shoot it?
It was her. You're scared. It's a regular 9mm.
Did she shoot or you shoot it?
It was her. You're scared. It's a regular 9mm.
Did she shoot or you shoot it?
It was her. You're scared.
Did she shoot or did you shoot? It was her. She was scared. It was her. She was scared. So why didn't the media or anybody ever focus on what he said initially? Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. He was so scared that he lied. Is that what it is? He lied? He was so scared that he lied. Is that what it was? Benefit of doubt? He was benefit of doubt, he was scared? Okay. Okay. But keep in mind now, Jamarcus Glover is the main person. So understand that Jamarcus Glover was the main person. That's somebody that she was dealing with. But we're going to listen to, not me, not the media, not the woke folks on social media. We're going to listen to the boyfriend. We're going to listen to him because y'all have already said he was a hero. So if he's the hero, we're going to listen to the hero. Now, the hero story should be consistent. It should be truthful. It should be forthright. It should be everything on the books with his test, with what he's saying. We shouldn't find any discrepancies in this man. He's the hero. Don't listen to me. Listen to the hero.
9mm.
Did she shoot or you shoot it?
It was her. You're scared.
Now, if you look on YouTube right now, you can see they're posing in the pictures with the 9mm and she got an assault rifle. They taking pics, you know, and he said this was her gun. The 9mm was her gun. Okay. Okay. But y'all gonna tell me he lied about this, but he tells you about everything else. So if I lie one time, I lose all credibility. These folks get to lie multiple times and still be credible. I don't know how that works. If I tell one lie, I'm not credible. I got one person on here telling me the FBI did this, they didn't knock, and all this stuff, right? Right? So if I tell one thing folks don't agree with, they immediately tell me and let me know. This dude said she shot the gun, but y'all gonna tell me he lying. Okay. Let's keep going though.
She shoot or you shoot? It was so discouraged.
911 operator Harris, where's your emergency?
I don't know what's happening. Somebody kicked in the door and shot my girlfriend.
Now, does this man sound like? I'm just asking y'all, how does he sound to you? Does he sound? I'm trying to because my ears, I got wax built up. I got a Tootsie rolling in my ear. I'm trying to figure out. How does this man's voice sound to y'all? Does he sound? I don't know. It's throwing me off. It's throwing me off. It's just throwing me off how his voice sounds. Now I want y'all to know that I'm gonna read this stuff though. You know that he called his mama before he called the police. Let me say it again. He called his mother before he called the police, and Breonna Taylor's on the ground leaking blood. Been shot 6 times. So tell me if it makes sense. She's on the ground dying. He calls his mother. She's on the ground dying. He calls his mother before he calls the police. Oh, I get it. He was scared, right? Is that it? Okay. So now, we got him saying that she shot the 9mm and that he called his mother first before he called the police. Oh, no. Yeah, the police were there, but he still called his mama and then called the police. So I'm just giving y'all the facts. The facts they never said on TV, the facts they never pushed out. I'm giving y'all the facts. These are not Blanche. This not social media. I'm telling y'all what he did. He called his mama first, then he called the police. So don't ask me the questions, ask yourself the questions. Why did he call his mother? And then why did he call the police? Let's keep going.
Oh my God.
Can you check to see where she's been shot at?
I can't go to stomach.
Okay. Is she alert and able to talk to you?
No, breathing.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. Now we get into his talking to the cops. Now I want you to pay attention to what he is saying. This is not Blanche talking. This ain't CNN talking. This ain't the Shade Room talking. This is the boyfriend talking. This ain't me. This ain't CNN. This is Kenneth Walker talking with his own mouth. Now he just said there was a loud bang at the door.
So it's a loud bang at the door. She pops up 12 that's over. Me too. So it's a loud bang at the door. Honestly, she pops up out of sleep and scared her. Just because we've been on and off, together, whatever, for like 7 years.
He said we've been on and off together for like 7 years. Pay attention.
So it's a guy that she was missing. We've been on and off together, whatever, for like 7 years, whatever. He popped up over guy that she was missing once before while I was there, like.
So he says there was a guy that she was messing with before, and he's popped up over there before. Now, why would he think Jamarcus Glover would be coming to the house at 1 a.m. in the morning? Why would he be thinking that Jamarcus Glover would be coming by the house at 1 a.m. in the morning? He said that Jamarcus Glover had popped up over there again late at night before. He done this before, so he thought it was him. So my question is, if Breonna Taylor is in a committed relationship with Kenneth Walker and they're together, then why would Jamarcus Glover be knocking on the door at 1 a.m. in the morning? Somebody explain it to me. Somebody said booty call. Well, a booty call is you calling. This is a booty knock. Now, I heard of booty calls. I ain't heard of a booty knock. You got to call first, get the booty. You can't just show up. So this is a booty knock. So again, if it was a booty knock, how did Jamarcus Glover feel so comfortable to come across to the house knowing that she has a boyfriend? And the man just said he's done it before. And the man just said he's done it before. So now we got Breonna Taylor and Kenneth Walker in the bed watching a movie. He says she sleep. It's a knock on the door. He said he thinks it's Jamarcus Glover. Why would Jamarcus Glover, and why wouldn't it be a fight? Why wouldn't you be upset? If Jamarcus Glover is knocking on the door at 1 a.m. in the morning and you in bed with your woman, why are you not upset? Why are you not bothered? Why are you so calm? Why are you so casual? Okay, so we know right now it don't make any sense. But we do know that Jamarcus Glover sells dope. And we do know that Jamarcus Glover is using Breonna Taylor's address and her number. So we got a connection. We got Jamarcus Glover showing up late at night. Kenneth Walker already said that. So he'd been there late at night when they was there, unannounced, didn't call. He using the phone number, he using the address. So we see a clear connection between Jamarcus Glover and Breonna Taylor. It's a clear connection, even to the point where Kenneth Walker thought it was Jamarcus Glover doing what y'all call the booty knock. And he's a drug dealer. So y'all put two and two together, but listen, don't get mad at me or CNN or the Shade Room or the folks on social media. This is what her boyfriend said, the hero. Let's go.
At that time, so that's what I thought. He popped up, so it was a loud boom at the door. Once first thing she said.
He said he popped up over there once before like that while I was there. So the same type of is what he heard before. That's why he thought it was him. So the same kind of bang on the door he heard before, that's what he heard then. He thought it was Jamarcus Glover. He didn't say battering ram. He didn't say kicking the door. He said he thought it was a person. So that means the police were obviously doing what? They were obviously knocking. Because he thought it was a person, but knocking. Okay. But again, this is not me. It's not you. This is Kenneth Walker, the hero. The same guy that just said that Breonna Taylor was the one that shot the gun. Breonna Taylor was the person that got hit with all the bullets. So it's ironic that the person that they claim shot the gun didn't get hit with no bullets, but the person that didn't shoot the gun got hit with all the bullets. Just make it make sense. I'm just saying. Let's continue though.
A couple months ago. So that's what I thought was cool. So we like, what the heck? So it's loud. We both get up, start first thing. She said, knocking the door. She's like, who is it? It's loud at the top. Like, what the heck? No response. Get up, start putting on like, what the heck? At the door. So she's like, who is it? It's loud at the top. Like, I'm licensed to carry. No response. I've never even fired my gun. Like, what?
Thank you, Trucker John, for the sticker. He said, I got a license to carry, and I've never even shot my gun. Thank you, BX Bryce. He said, I got a license to carry, and I never even shot my gun. So do you believe he shot the gun? Based on how this man is crying and frantic and sounding quite sus, I might add, based on his mannerism and demeanor, do you honestly think he was the one that shot the gun? Even when the person was knocking at the door, he said he thought it was Jamarcus Glover. He didn't say a word. She's the one that said, who is it? So right now we see in an intense situation, he's not that tough. He was silent. So do you believe he shot the gun? Now, he thought another man was at his girlfriend's door banging on it at 1 a.m. in the morning, and he don't say a word. Do you think he shot that gun? He just said, I got a license to carry, and I've never shot the gun. Do you think he shot that gun? She's the one that said, who is it, with a loud voice, not him. Okay. Okay. It should be powder burns on the trigger hand. Who investigated that? Who investigated the powder burns? Where was that a headline? Now listen, here goes the argument, because I got somebody in here that's late. I never said the police weren't wrong. That's not the argument. The argument is, are they racist? This is about racism. Let's not conflate the two issues. This is not about bad policing. This is about racism. So let's be clear. In context, this Breonna Taylor thing is about racism. That George Floyd thing is about racism. It's not about bad policing. It's about racism. The police kill white people, y'all don't care. The police kill Hispanic people, y'all don't care. The police kill Asian people, y'all don't care. So this is not about bad policing. This is about racism. Were the police racist? That's the question. And for them to be racist, you all said, they woke up that day and said, let's go kill Breonna Taylor. Somebody said speculation. I've stated all facts. The facts, these are the facts again for the naysayers. The boyfriend said that he thought it was Jamarcus Glover at the door. That proves the police knocked because he thought it was a person. Jamarcus Glover had been over there late at night the same way as said per the boyfriend, Kenneth Walker. So we got him thinking it's Jamarcus Glover, and we got Jamarcus Glover popping up there before, and we got Jamarcus Glover using her phone number and her address. So the police didn't just randomly go to Breonna Taylor's house. The police did not randomly go to her house. That's a lie. Somebody said it was targeted based on skin color. See what I mean? On these federal charges, tell me where they mention race. On these federal charges, tell me where they mention race. Again, y'all are trying to conflate two issues. It is bad policing and it is racism. A cop can be a bad cop and not be racist. So the question here is, because Breonna Taylor got a statue because of racism. Breonna Taylor got murals because of racism. It's not because of bad policing. Because, again, y'all don't care about white folks getting killed by the police, Asians or Hispanics. The warrant was not falsified. The warrant was not falsified. That's false. The police had a no-knock warrant, and they still knocked. And the witness said they knocked. And her boyfriend said that he thought it was her guy she used to mess with, Jamarcus Glover. And the police said they knocked. So everybody's in agreement that somebody touched the door like it was a human being. And Kenneth Walker agrees with that. The police agree with that. And the witness agrees with that. Everybody agrees with that, even Breonna Taylor, because he said that she was the one that said, "Who is it?" But again, y'all want me to believe he shot the gun, even though he said she shot the gun. And y'all want me to believe he shot the gun, but she got shot 6 times. Okay.
So that I'm scared to death, which is legal.
So there's a loud bang at the
So there's a loud bang at the door. Now, we're in bed. It's 12 at night. Our day is over. So there's a loud bang at the door. She pops up out of her sleep. It scared her to death. Me too. Like, who is that? I was honestly thinking that it was Jamarcus, because we've been on and off together, whatever, for like 7 years or whatever. So there was a guy that she was messing with or whatever throughout that time. You know, and he popped up over there once before while I was there like a couple of months ago. So that's what I thought was going on. Again, he thought it was the ex-boyfriend at the door. Why did he get upset? Jamarcus Glover is proving that he sells dope. My question is, if a man is at your girlfriend's door and it's past 12 at night, why are you not upset? Why are you not rushing to the door saying, "Man, what's up?" Why are you not throwing a fit? Why are you so calm when there's another man at your girlfriend's door? Okay, so we know right now, ladies, that in any other situation, this would be unacceptable. For you to be with a guy and he thinks the guy's at your front door and he's sitting there scared. Now, I don't know about any of the guys in here, but if I'm with my girlfriend and the guy come to the house and we in the bed chilling and it's past 12 o'clock and he come to the house that comfortable, I'ma think they messing around still. That's what I'ma think, but that's me. If I'm laying in the bed with my girl, we watching TV, she doze off, I'm falling asleep too, and I hear this at the door, and I think it's her guy she used to mess on and off with. If I think it's him, you know, and I don't get mad, I don't get frustrated, I don't say, "Man, what's up with that?" Something is fishy with that. And I say he did it before. This would be a second violation. So why would a man not be mad at a second violation of a guy coming up to his girlfriend's front door at past 12 in the morning? It doesn't make any sense. But these questions have to be answered because these questions give what's going on context. So what they did was they told you all there was racism and they removed all the context. The issue was Jamarcus Glover, we've proven, was using the phone number of Breonna Taylor and her address, and he was popping up there late at night. So that means he had a tie to the residence. This wasn't a random place to go raid. This wasn't a random search warrant. The man, Jamarcus Glover, literally was using her address and her phone number as one of his residence. Somebody said maybe he was pimping her out. I don't know. I doubt that. But we can all agree that everybody was cool with Jamarcus Glover coming by the house late at night. Breonna was cool with it, and Kenneth was cool with it. Now, the question is, why was he coming in late at night? What was he doing? Were they having freak sessions? Is that what's going on? I'm asking. Because you got to be pretty bold to go to your girlfriend's house knowing she got a boyfriend. Like most men aren't going to do that. Like most guys aren't going to be that ridiculous unless they got permission to do it. And we see that the Kenneth Walker wasn't upset. So that means that Jamarcus Glover was coming by the house late at night and it was cool. So my question is, what was going on? Why was he doing it? Was he coming to do a threesome? Was he bringing something? Was he dropping something off? Why was Jamarcus Glover comfortable enough to go to this girl's house late at night? The same house, apartment that the police raided or had the warrant. Let's continue. Let's continue because it ain't me. Let's continue. So that's what I thought was going on. Let me start from the top. So there's a loud bang at the door. She pops up out of her sleep. It scared her to death. Me too. Like, who is that? I was honestly thinking it was inaudible what he was saying because we've been on and off together, whatever, for like 7 years or whatever. So there was this guy she was messing with or whatever throughout the time. You know, he popped up over there once before while I was there like a couple of months ago. So that's what I thought was going on. So there was a loud boom at the door. First thing she said was, "Who is it?" No response. So we like, what the heck? We both get up, start putting our clothes on. Another knock at the door. Kenneth Walker just said we were putting our clothes on and there's another knock at the door. So think about this now. Look how much time is transpiring. They hear the knock first. What is going on? What's going on? They hear knock again. Who is it? They start getting dressed. Hear another knock. So that means it was like this. Like I said, the police knocked. The police were very clear when they said, we knew he wasn't going to be there. We knew she was going to be there.
You brought me down here. Dr. Anthony Fauci.
We're going to continue. We're going to continue. And that's crazy.
Dr. Anthony.
That's crazy, right? That's crazy, right? Now, again, the argument is not poor policing. The argument is racism. So far, the police had a reason to go to her residence. This was not a random occurrence. Nothing about this is random. And as he just said, first thing she said was, "Who is it?" No response. So we like, what the heck? We both get up, started putting our clothes on. Another knock at the door. She's like, who is it? Loud at the top of her lungs, no response. So I'm like, what the heck? So then grab my gun, which is legal. Like, I'm licensed to carry everything. I've never even fired my gun outside of the range. I'm scared to death. So she says there's another knock at the door. She's yelling at the top of her lungs, and I am to this point, who is it? No answer, no response, anything. So we like, what the heck? We both just see what I have on. Grab the nearest thing. These aren't even mine. These are hers. Like, so we're both just putting on something to go answer the door and see who's knocking at the door this late at night. This man admitted several times that they were knocking at the door, and it makes sense because now he admitted that the TV was on loud. That the TV was on loud. I'm going to get to all this stuff. Somebody said an unjust warrant. They weren't going to the house to find Jamarcus Glover. That's not why they went there. That's not why they went there. That's not why they went to the residence. They believed that he was leaving drugs at the residence. It was not because they thought Jamarcus Glover was there. That's not true. This is all just made up stuff. I deal with facts. I don't deal with hearsay. This is not true. We just established that Jamarcus Glover was using her spot for the address and using her cell phone number, and admitted by Kenneth Walker he was popping up there late at night. This ain't me saying this. This is him saying this. So again, the argument here is not bad policing. The argument is racism. And they told you all that the police randomly went to her house to kill her. That's what the media said, and it's a lie. That's what the media says, and it's a lie. We disproving this right now. Not with my testimony, but with the testimony of Kenneth Walker, who literally said that they knocked several times out of his own mouth. He said they knocked. Let's continue.
She pops up out of her sleep. It scared her. Said was, who is it? Her 2016, and loaned it to her then boyfriend, Jamarcus Glover. Fernandez Bowman was later found dead in the car. According to WKYT, he had been shot 8 times and was found slumped over the wheel. The New York Times reported.
I just found something out that's blowing my mind. And don't come into my comment section and say,
So now let's go to some of the facts. Let's go to the facts. New York Times article. You're not going to let me read it? Well, so they don't want me to read this article, but the article is entitled Breonna Taylor was changing her life. Changing her life from what? They won't let me read the article, but the article titles Breonna Taylor was changing her life. Changing her life from what? What was Breonna Taylor changing her life from? What was she doing? Anybody ask? What was Breonna Taylor changing her life from? Anybody want to guess? Now listen, they won't let me read the article. They won't let me read it. So clearly, whatever's in the article, they want me to pay to read it. They want me to subscribe to get it. But the article says Breonna was changing her life from what? What was she doing that required a change in her life? What was it? That's not true. That you don't changing professions is not changing your life. If a person changes careers, that's not changing your life. That's changing careers. So again, what happens is when it comes time to stare in the mirror and look at your reflection, you start deflecting. Changing your life has always meant the same thing. Changing your life has always meant the same thing. It meant that you was doing something bad and you were changing to something good. You was living a certain way, you wanted to live a better way. So she was in transition from living this way to going that way. Breonna Taylor was changing her life, then police came to the door. Let's continue. Go to the article. Let me go down to Glover, 30, skipped a recent court appearance. His lawyer said Wednesday that he doesn't know where his client is. A warrant was issued for his arrest on July 27th. Glover faces a number of drug-related charges in 2 separate cases. The documents include a number of new details related to the evidence LMPD detectives presented in the warrant used to raid Taylor's apartment on March 13, 2020. Taylor, 26, was shot dead during the raid, prompting a national outcry demanding police reform and 3 months of protests in Louisville City's streets. During the incident, LMPD Sergeant John Mattingly was shot by Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker. Mattingly was one of the 3 officers who fired back. So we already know that her boyfriend said that she shot the gun. Her boyfriend said why can't I? Her boyfriend said that she shot the gun. That's what he said, not me. I know y'all don't care about that, but that's what he said. I didn't say that he said that. An excerpt from the leaked report showed that on February the 14th, 2020, Valentine's Day, Glover's car was towed for a parking violation. According to the report, Glover tried to file a complaint against the officer and gave Taylor's phone number as his own. Glover tried to file a complaint against the officer and gave Taylor's phone number as his own. 6 days later, detectives from the place-based investigation team verified through a database that Glover was using Taylor's home address, 3003 Springfield Drive, as well. The PBI squad was the group of detectives assigned to investigate Glover. Then on February 24th, the report further verified the link between Taylor's home and Glover. Detectives received Jamarcus Glover's bank records from Chase Bank. The leaked report stated On these bank statements, Jamarcus Glover used 3003 Springfield Drive, apartment number 4, Louisville, Kentucky, 40214 as his mailing address. Glover, who in addition to his 2015 drug trafficking conviction, has several pending drug and weapons cases against him, was named on the March 13th warrant that sent officers to Taylor's apartment. Taylor and a man named Adrian Walker also were named on the warrant. So my question is, did the police randomly go to Breonna Taylor's house? Did the police randomly go to Breonna Taylor's house? Yes or no? Because the media said they randomly went there to kill her. Did the police randomly go into a house based on the facts? Based on the facts that we have, Jamarcus Glover using her address, even on his bank statements, even using her phone number. Was it random for the police to go to her residence along with going to 3 other residences? It was 4 spots in total. Was it random? So now you telling me that Kenneth Walker was selling dope, Jamarcus Glover was selling dope, and Breonna Taylor was just sitting there chilling? I got somebody on here saying that Kenneth Walker was selling dope. We know Jamarcus Glover was selling dope, and Breonna Taylor just in the middle, just sitting there chilling. I'm just asking. Because we got to make this make sense. Because the media told me they woke up one day and said, let's get Breonna. And went to go kill her. So my question is, if you're telling me that Kenneth Walker was selling dope and Jamarcus Glover was selling dope and they both at Breonna Taylor's house, then why wouldn't the police go there? If I got somebody selling dope in the apartment and I got somebody visiting the apartment that sell dope, why wouldn't the police go there? And also, 2016, she rented a car that somebody was found dead in. She lost her job behind that. She rented a car and somebody was found dead in the car. That's not coincidence. Man, let's go to the article. Because I know what y'all want to do. Y'all want to make me the bad guy. Y'all want to make me the bad guy. According to another document obtained by Wave 3 News on Tuesday, mail addressed to Glover was among the items seized from Taylor's apartment following the shooting. Then the next day, the report revealed transcriptions of recorded jailhouse conversations between Glover and Taylor, in which they talk about Adrian Walker, another suspect in the case, and the third person named in the Taylor warrant. You talked to Doug? Adrian Walker. Glover asked Taylor. Yeah, I did, Taylor responded. He said he was ready to back. He said he was already back at the trap. I'm going to read it again for y'all. I'm going to read it again. You talked to Doug? Adrian Walker. Glover asked Taylor. Yeah, I did, Taylor responded. He said he was already back at the trap. In another conversation between the two, just hours later, Glover thanked Taylor for checking on him. When you're around, I stress more, she is quoted as saying. I just always worried about you, not like a bleep, but just period with the police, like all kinds of blank. In separate phone calls on January the 3rd, the conversations ended with each other telling the other they loved each other, the document stated. Also, from January 2016 January 2020, Glover called Taylor 26 times from jail. Another inmate called her 7 times during the period. So my question is, did the police randomly go to Breonna Taylor's house? I'm not saying that police weren't crooked. I'm not saying they were corrupt. That ain't the argument here. That ain't the argument. The argument is racism. That's the argument. So in context, it's not about bad policing. This is about the media saying, and you are running with it, saying that the police woke up that morning and said, let's get Breonna Taylor. That's what the media said. That's what you all said. So she on the phone talking about, yeah, he back at the trap. So do you think Breonna Taylor was innocent in all this? Do you think Breonna Taylor was an innocent bystander in all of this? Somebody said, what is a dope trail? Y'all know what a dope trail is. You know, it's a saying that say follow the money. Another saying say follow the dope too. You know, if you talk to the dope fiend, you talk to somebody else, you eventually get to the person that sold the dope. And you keep going, you're gonna find the guy supplying the dope. Y'all know good and well for Breonna Taylor to say, oh, he back at the trap. Y'all know good and well that Breonna Taylor at least knew what was going on. And she was in communication with the folks in the trap. So that means she was allowing Jamarcus Glover to use her what? Her address. And also use her what? Her phone. So if he using her phone, who was calling her phone? Who you think was calling her phone? If the guy using her phone number and address sells dope, who do you think was calling her phone? Oh. I just want to get this whole randomness out the window and racism. Just because a cop is bad or crooked or tries to cover up mistakes doesn't mean they're racist. And you all don't care about technical stuff. You all care about racism. That's the argument here, whether or not they were racist. The argument ain't bad policing, it's racism. But as we see, there is nothing that I've read that doesn't link Breonna Taylor to all of this. So my question again is, how'd she get a statue? How'd she get a statue? The cops aren't in prison. What cops are in prison? What cops are in prison? Let's keep reading. Now, keep in mind that they were still saying they loved each other on record on record all the way up until January 2020. They were saying they loved each other. And we already established that Kenneth Walker knew or had been there before when Jamarcus Glover was coming by late at night, so he was cool with it. He wasn't upset. Now, if y'all tell me it's bad policing, I'll agree with y'all, but guess what? Then it doesn't get the national attention. Then it doesn't get any protests. It only got all of this stuff because y'all said it was racist. But not one time have we seen anything racist in this whole thing. Let's keep reading, though. The documents also allege that back in 2016, the body of Fernandez Bowman was found in a car rented by Breonna Taylor. What I find so funny is that Young Thug and Gunna rented some cars that was involved in murders and drive-bys and armed robberies and stuff, and that was used against them in court. Breonna Taylor rents a car and somebody gets killed in it. I'm just saying. So clearly, if you rent a car and something bad happens, people look at the person renting the car. When LMPD detectives arrived at Taylor's home to question her, Glover was there. Taylor told the detectives she did not know Bowman, that she had been dating Glover for several months, and that she had let him drive the rental car. She also gave detectives her phone number, which was a number that Glover was still using as recently as February of this year, according to documents. So, think about this for a second. Breonna Taylor is at home with Jamarcus Glover. She has rented him a vehicle. He's not at the house with the vehicle. Why isn't she panicking? Why isn't she saying, where's the rental car? Who'd you give it to? It's in my name. If the police show up and say, we found a dead body in a rental car that you rented, why wouldn't Breonna Taylor call the police and say, the rental car is missing? Why wouldn't she be mad at Jamarcus Glover? Why is everybody so calm with the rental car missing? If you all rent a car and let somebody use it and they come back to you without the car, you're going to question where the car is because it's in your name. So the car's in her name and she's not even out there looking for the car. The car's in her name. The person she let use the car is on the couch sitting with her. Nobody's out looking for the car that's in her name. Don't that seem a little bit strange to y'all? Just a little bit strange? Just a little bit strange. You mean to tell me you rent a car and the person that you let borrow the car comes back to you without the car? You would be frantic. You would be out looking for the car. So why was she not out looking for the car? And why did Jamarcus Glover show up to her without the car? And then, in the midst of all of this, it's a dead body in the car. Isn't that kind of suspicious? It's a little bit. Isn't that kind of suspicious that you rent a car for somebody and they come back to you without the car? When you be out looking for the car, when you be cussing the person out, the car is in your name, you're responsible. So how did the police show up to her house and she's sitting there chilling? And he's sitting there chilling. And isn't it funny that on the day the police find a body in the car, he's conveniently chilling with her without the car. And nobody asks any questions. Like, that's not weird or strange or abnormal. Come on, y'all. Come on. Again, did the police randomly go to Breonna Taylor's house? Somebody said, what is your point? My point is all this protesting and all this stuff happened behind this being based on racism. But we've yet to prove racism. All we proved is that the police should have been there. That's all we proved. That's all we proved. We've linked all the facts that Breonna Taylor was involved with what was going on. That's all we proved. So it wasn't no random police going to her house. That homicide victim in the car that Breonna Taylor rented was the brother of Demarius Bowman, one of Glover's associates, who has been arrested with Glover numerous times. So the person that was found dead in the car that Breonna Taylor rented for Jamarcus Glover, that person was the brother of Demarius Brown, one of Jamarcus Glover's associates who had been arrested with him multiple times before. Everything is connected. Everything is connected. The documents also included copious amounts of transcriptions of recorded jailhouse phone calls made by Glover, several of which were made to the mother of his child. On April 24th, Glover told the woman, whom Wade 3 News had chosen not to identify, that officers took my car. They got that bank statement out of my armrest. Boom, it got Bree's address on it. Now, what the police did was they impounded his car. Now, I'm going to tell you what really happened for all y'all slow folks in the back. This is what really happened. What really happened was Jamarcus Glover was selling dope, but they couldn't really catch him. They know he's selling dope. They know all this stuff, but they can't catch him because he ain't using his phone number. He ain't using his address. Everything he's doing is in third person. Even when it came to the car rented for him, she rented the car in her name. So what Jamarcus Glover is doing is he's mastered not tying himself to none of this stuff. So the police got slick and they told his car to run through it. Illegal, bad policing. That's what they did though. And so when they went through his stuff, they said, oh, it's Breonna Taylor. Same person he was talking to when he was in prison. Same person house he going over to. That's what happened. They was trying to pin him and they couldn't get him. Like I told y'all, bad policing, not racism. But if it's bad policing, y'all not going to march in the streets. If it's just bad policing, it ain't going to be all over CNN. If it's just bad policing, nobody really cares. You only care about it because they said it was racism. They told you they woke up that morning and said, let's go kill some black girl magic. It's not what happened. Breonna Taylor rented a car for somebody. That somebody came back to the house without the car, and she was not out there looking for the car, which means he told her what happened with the car. Somebody said he used her. He did use her, of course. Of course he used her. In transcribed conversations from the morning of March 13th, hours after Taylor was killed, Glover told the woman that Taylor had $8,000 of his money. Bree got down like 15 grand. She had the 8 grand. I gave her that the other day, and she picked up another 6 grand, he said, according to documents. Then a moment later, he told the woman that Bree been handling all my money. She been handling my money. She been handling blank for me because it ain't just me. I'm gonna read it again for y'all, so we can be clear. In transcribed conversations from the morning of March 13th, hours after Taylor was killed, Glover told the woman that Taylor had $8,000 of his money. Bree got down like 15 grand. She had the 8 grand. I gave her the other day, and she picked up 6 grand. He said, according to the documents. Then a moment later, he told the woman that Bree been handling all my money. She been handling my money. She been handling blank for me because it ain't just me. And later, I can walk in the house, Breeze, and go directly to whatever it is. No problem with it, Glover said, according to documents. And later, I can walk in that house and go directly to whatever it is. No problem with it. So now we see that Jamarcus Glover said that Breonna Taylor picked up 15 grand for him. 8 and then 6. But he said 15. Now, a bunch of black folks going to say, so what does this mean? Again, this is a contextual, live, contextual argument. It means that the police had a reason to be there. Even this man just said, I can walk in the woman's house whenever I want to, with no problem. Kenneth Walker said he thought it was Jamarcus Glover knocking at the door that night. Everything links everybody going to that house. From the money, Jamarcus Glover, being there, using the address, everything is linked to that house. I'm going to ask again, did the police randomly go to that woman's house? And the answer is absolutely not. Somebody late. Hey, tell this person in the chat, y'all, that we already discussed the no-knock warrant. Tell this person in the chat, y'all, that we already disproved the no-knock warrant according to Kenneth Walker. Not me, not the media. Kenneth Walker said they were knocking at the door. Can somebody tell him that? Can somebody tell King Lotto what Kenneth Walker said? Not me, not CNN, the Shade Room, The View, none of them. Tell King Lotto what Kenneth Walker said about the knocking. He said he told the police several times he heard knocking. Now look. Typical black response. Look at me. Look now. Look. So King Lotto, he's wrong, right? So him being wrong, he don't even care about. He gonna say, so what? That's the problem with black folks right there. Right there. That is the problem with black folks right there. He said something that was false. Instead of saying, you know what? My bad, I'm wrong. I didn't know that. Give me some more information. He says, so what? So which means it's not about being right or wrong. Not about truth, facts, or lies. It's about emotion. It's about emotion. It's about emotion. Well, if you ain't black, you a liberal. You one of them. You something. You either liberal or you black. Because there ain't no way in the world you tell me something that's false, and you tell me I'm wrong and you're right, and I'm gonna say, so what? That's a liberal ideology. Talking about someone that died, so is everybody else. We talk about MLK. MLK is dead. Malcolm X is dead. Dr. Sebi is dead. Nipsey Hussle is dead. What does that even mean? We talk about folks that are dead. What does that mean? We talk about folks that are dead. What does that even mean? This is a black argument. When I start pulling out facts, it start moving the cheese. So what? She dead. All irrelevant stuff. This is why black folks don't do well in court, because they can't deal with the facts. This is why the media has to step in and manipulate stuff, because the facts destroy this stuff every time. The boyfriend said They were knocking at the door. He said, so what? The whole purpose of this was that the cops were racist. They had a no-knock warrant. They bursted in and started shooting and killed her. That was the narrative, and it's false. It's false. It's a false narrative. We've linked everything to Breonna Taylor's house. Everything. From bank statements of Jamarcus Glover's, from the address, to him being there, to the boyfriend saying he was coming over. Everything links Breonna Taylor to the house, even to the point where he said she was picking up money for him. She on the phone telling him who back at the trap and who not. All this stuff involved Breonna Taylor. All of it. But the most telling thing of all is you rent a car and give it to somebody and they come back without the car and you're not looking for the car, and the car you're not looking for, the car in your name that you're not concerned with, that car has a dead body in it. Somebody shot 8 times in the car that you rented. If anybody rented a car and gave it to somebody and they came back without the car, you would be frantic about the car. You'd be like, where in the world is the car? It's in your name. And then conveniently, as she's not looking for the car, and Jamarcus Glover is not looking for the car, as they at home chilling, the police come to tell them somebody's dead in the car and the car's in your name. But y'all telling me they randomly went to her apartment. Whew. Boy, listen. We got her on the phone saying he back at the trap. We got her on the phone, Jamarcus Glover saying, I ain't doing this by myself. She picking up money for me. He's saying on the phone, he telling on her, she picking up money for me and I ain't doing this by myself. So he's snitching, but y'all still honor all this. This whole thing violated every black culture code imaginable. Snitching, telling, crying. Let me see. Let's continue. Let's continue. Officers said they have been surveying Glover since January. They stated in the warrant they saw Glover pick up a package from Taylor's apartment and suspected he may have been stashing drugs or money there. Well, we know based on Jamarcus Glover's testimony on his own, he said that Breonna Taylor had the money at the house. He said that. So the police saying that was corroborated by what Jamarcus Glover said. The police said, now they telling y'all there wasn't no drugs going through the mail and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. But the police said he was stashing drugs and money there. Well, we know based on what he said, at least the money was there. So we know if the money was there, the drugs ain't too far behind. If she picking up $8,000 for him and $6,000 for him, what's she picking up money for? He don't own a store. Why is Breonna Taylor picking up large sums of money for Jamarcus Glover? What's she doing? Where's she getting the money from? Well, I know where she going. She going by them dope spots to pick the money up. We know what she doing. Attorneys for her family said the two had dated once, but were not in a relationship at the time of the raid. Now, keep in mind, they had some kind of relationship because the man was popping up at the house while the current boyfriend was there. So they had some kind of relationship. They had some kind of relationship. Again, in context, this case only was brought to attention because y'all said it was racism. Y'all said it was racism.
Are now facing federal charges.
Let's listen to what's going on now. So now that we got all the facts, now that we know that the police didn't just randomly go to her house, now that we know that everything connects Breonna Taylor to what Jamarcus Glover was doing, everything. And it also connects Kenneth Walker because Kenneth Walker was so calm and cool with Jamarcus Glover popping up at that house late at night. He was cool with it. I know I'm the bad guy, though. I know.
In connection to the death of Breonna Taylor, the U.S. Attorney General finding mistakes were made before the shooting and a cover-up and lies were presented after. Now, a reminder of what happened in her apartment that night. Our focus team using 911 dispatch calls, police records, and witness interviews to piece it all together. Civil unrest on Louisville city streets. Weeks of protest, calls for change. But how did we get here? To understand, we have to go back to Thursday, March 12th. Judge Mary Shaw signs off on 5 warrants as part of a large narcotics investigation. 3 warrants were for properties on Elliott Avenue in West Louisville. Detectives wrote they were looking for drugs, weapons, electronics, and mail related to illegal drug activity. A 4th warrant was for a house on Muhammad Ali. And then this warrant for 26-year-old Breonna Taylor's South Louisville apartment. How was Taylor connected? She wasn't the main suspect in the case, but she was named on the warrant. Detectives say in January of this year, they witnessed their main suspect, Jamarcus Glover, arrive at Taylor's apartment, go inside, and then come back out with a package. Police say Glover then got into his car and drove to the Muhammad Ali address, which the detective called a known drug house. The warrant.
So we see they had search warrants for 4 houses, one being a known dope spot, and Breonna Taylor's apartment. Now, the police said they saw Jamarcus Glover leave out the house with a package and then go to that dope spot on Muhammad Ali. How ironic is that? They're selling dope on Muhammad Ali Avenue. But anyway, that's another discussion. But Jamarcus Glover on jail admitted that Breonna Taylor was picking up money for him, and she even had his money at the time of her death. So what the police speculated on seeing, Jamarcus Glover backed it up by saying, oh yeah, she got my money. She's picking up money for me. This is what he said. So this ain't me talking, CNN or the Shade Room. This is Jamarcus Glover talking, Kenneth Walker talking. See, one thing I know is that most people get to running their mouth, they're going to tell on themselves. That's why when you get jammed up with the police, the best thing to do is keep your mouth shut, close your mouth. But I know our people talk too much to be emotional. And so they get it with emotions. So now we got 4 spots, hers being the 5th. So again, hers wasn't random. Hers was included because Jamarcus Glover was going to the residence, and Kenneth Walker said that he was coming to the residence. He even said it. So Kenneth Walker said he was going there. The police said he was going there. And Jamarcus Glover said she had his money there. So everything ties Jamarcus Glover being at that residence, specifically because he used her phone number as his phone number and her address. as his address. So everything connects Jamarcus Glover to that residence. That's why it was included on the search warrant. This is not me talking. This is factual information.
And goes on to say that a U.S. postal inspector verified that Glover had been receiving packages at Taylor's apartment and that it is not uncommon for drug traffickers to receive mail packages at different locations to avoid detection from law enforcement. Detectives also.
Now, I said earlier that they send dope through the mail all the time. The person at the post office said he's received several packages there, and it's very common for people to send dope through the mail to avoid getting arrested. So again, everything links to Breonna Taylor's apartment. The media told you all that the police woke up and said, we got to get Black Girl Magic today, and we went there and killed her. That's not what happened. It's so much detail that was left out because they know that you all are emotional. And they can just tell you all racism. Y'all start walking like zombies. Racism. Y'all like zombies. Your mind completely shuts off. It just shuts off. No details, no facts, just racism. Let's continue, man.
Also wrote they believe Glover may be keeping narcotics or proceeds from the sale of narcotics inside Taylor's apartment for safekeeping. On the night of March 12th, Detective John Mattingly and several others were briefed on the plan. Mattingly says he drove by Taylor's apartment around 11:45 to scope it out. And then, around 12:30 on the morning of March 13th, officers parked in front of Breonna Taylor's building and walked up to her door.
When SWAT was doing their thing down at 2-4 in Madison,
even based on what you heard now, the cops have reason to believe something's going on in the apartment. Like, even based on what the woman is saying now, it makes sense why they would go to her apartment. It's just common sense.
we went over, or Elliot, whatever it was, we executed ours at the same time.
About 10 miles away, officers executed a warrant at a different property on Elliott Avenue. There, police found their main suspect, Glover, and arrested him. Around 12:40, officers began to
Now, all these homes they're showing are trap houses. All these homes, they didn't show 4 houses, and they all trap houses, all of them. They all trap houses. So they find Jamarcus Glover at one of his trap houses. But guess what? When they went to her apartment, they weren't looking for him. These folks wanted the dope and listen, man, they want the dope and the money. No, that's not Glover in the picture. That's Kenneth Walker. That's not Glover. That's Kenneth Walker in the picture.
bang on Taylor's door, setting into motion the events that eventually led to her death.
I went in bed. It's a loud knock at the door.
The detectives say they knocked on the door multiple times.
I knocked on the door, banged on it. We didn't announce the first couple because our intent was not to hit the door. Our intent was to give her plenty of time to come to the door because they said she was probably there alone.
But Taylor wasn't there alone. According to her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, he and Taylor were in bed watching a movie when they heard the knocks.
So it's a loud bang at the door.
I played you all the full audio. What the media did was they cut out all the parts where he said it was a knock at the door and he thought it was her boyfriend. And how they put their clothes on, how they did. So the media chopped up his response in the interview. They just chopped it up. I let y'all hear everything he said. I just read you the transcript and played it for you. So somebody is saying, well, how does she deserve to get shot? Well, we all know if you shoot at the police, they're going to shoot back. I don't think anyone deserves to just die, but we know if you shoot at the police, they're going to shoot back. That's all. If you shoot at the police, so again, They didn't kick in the door and start shooting. Kenneth Walker said that Breonna Taylor shot the gun first. Kenneth Walker said Breonna Taylor shot first because she was scared. So again, if you shoot at the police, they're going to shoot back. It's a no-brainer. This ain't about race. You shoot at the police, they're going to shoot back. They're going to shoot back. Now, somebody on here saying they shot first, but Kenneth Walker said she shot first. The person that was in the house said that she shot first. Now the person on here, because they black, now they telling me the police shot first. Listen, man, listen, when them UN troops show up and them Chinese police show up, it's going to be constant conflict with black folks. Constant. It's going to be constant. But let's continue. But anyway, in the police interviews, they chopped it up. They left out the parts where he said he heard knocking at the door. They left it out. And they left out the parts where they heard knocking. They asked, who is it? Got up, put their clothes on, stood in the hall. Like, it was a lot. It wasn't just knock, knock, bang, kick, shoot. No, it was knock, knock, get together. Knock, knock, get together. Knock, knock. So, yeah, based on his testimony. Not mine, not seeing the shaving, but Kenneth Walker's.
Hops up out of sleep is scared her to death. Me too. Like, who is that?
Walker says they jumped out of bed, started getting dressed, and he grabbed his gun. At the same time, detectives took a battering ram against the door.
The door comes off the hinges. So I just let off one shot.
So he said the door went off the hinges. I let off one shot. He also said Breonna Taylor shot first. So we don't know what to believe. But I know because y'all are so black, it don't matter what he say. It's just whatever feels the best. So what feels the best for black folks is for him to be the one shooting. But conveniently, the person that shot the gun didn't get shot. The person that didn't shoot the gun got shot 6 times. Now, he wants you to believe that he shot the gun, but he's also the same guy that was scared when he thought Jamarcus Glover was knocking at the front door. He said Breonna Taylor was the one asking, who was it? Not him. Breonna Taylor was asking, who was it? Not him. But he admitted, I thought it was Jamarcus Glover. Okay. Look, so let me ask y'all a question. If he's lying and I'm lying, then what happened? If I'm lying and he's lying, then what happened? Oh, I get it. If he's lying, guess what? That means all lying is made up. Finally, somebody admitted it. It's made up. Exactly. Finally, he admitted it. It's made up. It's BS. What happens is you can go to court and destroy all this, but you can't go to court if they're telling you you can't ask certain questions. All they do is handicap the prosecution. That's all they do. They say you can't ask this, can't ask that. That's all they do. You can't admit this in evidence. Can't admit. So basically, you have to fight a case with limited resources. It's like fighting a case with one arm, because the woke media is what sets the narrative. That's how Jussie Smollett can be found guilty and get out of jail the next day. If the media is doing this, but you all don't realize that if the media is playing judge and jury, that spells the destruction for y'all. Y'all gonna be finished. If the media is deciding who's innocent and who's guilty, that means the destruction for black people, because y'all don't control being black or black culture. So they can make you all the villains like this.
Still can't see who it is or anything.
But Detective Mattingly says he saw them.
I'm face on about probably 20 feet away, right down the hallway. There's a bedroom door on the right, and there's the male and a female. The male's closest to the door, so he's to my right. And as I turn the doorway, he's in a stretched out position with his hands with a gun. And as soon as I clear, he fires. Boom.
Walker says shots started flying. He fell to the ground and dropped his gun. Mattingly was shot.
As soon as the shot hit, I could feel the heat in my leg. And so I just returned fire. I got 4 rounds off. And it was like simultaneous. It's boom, 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 boom.
The detective says he fired 2 more rounds and then told other officers he'd been shot. It was called over the radio at 12:43 a.m., according to a CAD report provided by the mayor. Detective Miles Cosgrove fired shots from inside the apartment. Brett Hankinson blindly fired 10 rounds from outside through a patio door, according to his termination letter.
They're just shooting like we're both.
So that handkerchief guy, he goes to the side, and again, he's shooting recklessly in the apartment. He's shooting reckless. The officer says he sees the Kid Walker with the gun, but then he sees him drop the gun with it. It don't make any sense. What I'm saying is, if he's the one that shot the gun, how do all the bullets hit Breonna Taylor? That doesn't make any sense. They should have both been shot. If he's saying he saw him shoot the gun, then how are they both not getting shot? I'm just asking. Yeah, the officer said that, yeah, the boyfriend, so basically, when the police first got Kenneth Walker, he said Breonna Taylor shot the gun. This is what he said. He said she shot the gun because she was scared. That made sense to me because she got shot 6 times. He got shot none. The police officer said he saw him with the gun, but then turned around and saw him on the ground with the gun, dropped the gun, and I don't know. Anyway, I'm just saying the people in the apartment shot first. The police did not shoot first. So again, you shoot the point, they're gonna shoot back. But Kenneth Walker also admitted that there was knocking at the door. So the whole no-knock warrant thing didn't happen. So if they have no-knock warrant, it don't matter because they still knocked. And the police said they knocked because they didn't want to scare her. The police said this. They said, we figured she was there alone, so he was knocking, giving her a chance to come to the door, which makes sense because the time had lapsed. Because he said they heard the knock, they got up, started putting their clothes on, so it was time in between the knock, which makes sense what the police saying, giving her time to come to the door. So if he did shoot the gun, he shot the gun from behind her, or shot the gun and jumped. Ain't no way in the world he shoot that gun or he hit 1 time. She got hit 6 times. Ain't no way. So I don't know what he did, but she called him bullets. Let's continue.
On the ground, and then when all the shots stop, I'm like panicking. She's right there on the ground, like bleeding.
Records show 3 neighbors called 911 at 12:42, reporting shots near their apartment. 5 minutes later, after calling his mom, Walker dials 911.
911, Operator Harris, where is their emergency?
I don't know what's happening. Somebody
So after Breonna Taylor is shot, Kenneth Walker calls his mother. After Breonna Taylor is shot, Kenneth Walker calls his mother. Now, we can say that he was scared, but he called his mom. Now, if she's on the ground dying, because she died during medical attention, so she was alive at this time. She's on the ground dying. Why would he call his mom? But he called his mother, and that she told him to call 911. Now, I don't believe, let me say this too, so I can be clear. I don't believe that the police went there intending to kill anybody. I believe they were trying to convict Jamarcus Glover with actual hard evidence. And they were hoping they would be able to search the apartment with Breonna Taylor there, and they would let her, and she would let them go to the apartment to find the drugs and the dope. This is what I believe they intended to do. They're really trying to convict him. The problem is they didn't factor in the boyfriend being there or someone shooting at them. That shooting thing derailed all the plans because they never really planned to, I don't believe, to do any of this. They already had Jamarcus Glover. They just wanted evidence. But they have been trying to get him for months now because they could. They even impounded his car. So contextually speaking, though, that don't make this about racism, though. And the issue I have in all this is they said it was about race. And so nothing about this points to race. It points to bad policing. It doesn't point to race because, as we just established, Jamarcus Glover is actually selling dope. There's a wise saying that says, where there's smoke, there's fire. That means police aren't just randomly going to somebody's house. It's not how that works. It's too much going on to be hitting or missing spots. They had a coordinated effort where they picked 5 spots at the same time. It's coordinated. So at the end of the day, it's tragic what happened to Breonna Taylor, but it wasn't racism. And my argument is that the police didn't randomly go up to her apartment. Now, did they handle things the wrong way? Yes. Was it racially motivated? No. But them being bad police don't get the outrage. It doesn't get the protest. It doesn't get the defund the police. What gets all that stuff stirred up is racism. So the media said, then police woke up that morning and said, we're going to kill Breonna Taylor. That's a lie. So I just wanted to state that. But if she's on the ground dying, Kenneth Walker is calling his mother. His mom has to tell him to call 911. Now, some might argue, well, either he knew it was the police and decided to call his mom, or he didn't know it was the police and decided to just let her die. Either way don't make any sense. Why would you call your mom if she's on the ground bleeding to death? Shot multiple times, 6. I'm just saying. Let's continue. Right. The average black person thinks she was in the bed asleep and they shot the bed up. You're right. He was in the bed and they shot the bed up. Look, somebody said the police busted up in one of my rental houses and said they made a mistake, it was bad policing, but they did see a black girl and her black boyfriend coming up and going. Most crime, based on statistics, take place in the areas where black people are. I mean, that's just a fact. So if any mistakes are made in policing, they're probably going to be made in the hood or in the lower income areas. I'm just saying. It's not racial, though. When it's not racial, when black folks get some money, they leave the hood. Is that racism? Why when black folks get some money, they go live around white folks? Why is that? Is that racism? Why do black folks in the hood, when they get some money, why they gotta go? Why they gotta leave? Why can't black folks have money and stay in the hood? Why not? If the hood is so loving and it's so good and they don't need the police, then why can't black folks, when they get some money, stay in the hood? We defund the police. Police are bad. They racist. All that's good. Okay, we got all that. So why is it when the black person gets some money, they always got to leave the hood? Why can't they stay? Why can't they stay and live a peaceful life? Why can't they stay amongst black love and community and our people? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. You know why. Everybody knows it. Let's continue.
Operator Harris, where's your emergency?
I don't know what's happening. Somebody kicked in the door and shot my girlfriend.
Okay, where are you located?
I'm at 3003 Springfield Drive, apartment 4.
3003 Springfield Drive, apartment number 4?
Yes. Oh my God.
Okay, how old is your girlfriend?
She's 26. Bring it. Oh
You said 26.
God.
Where was she shot at?
I don't know. She's on the grill right now. I don't know.
Meanwhile, officers rushed to the scene on word of an injured detective. Officers on scene put a tourniquet on Mattingly's leg as they wait for EMS.
At some point, EMS shows up. It seemed like forever. I don't know how long it took.
Mattingly was rushed to University Hospital where he went into surgery. According to the Taylor family,
He sound kind of zesty, don't he? Somebody said he sound kind of spicy. He sound real spicy, man. It's just hard to imagine that she would say she loves Jamarcus Glover, but then be with Kenneth Walker. Something's just not adding up to me. I'm sorry, it's just not adding up. What's up, JT?
attorneys, 120 LMPD officers went to the complex in the hours after the shooting, but no one went into the apartment to provide aid to Taylor until Walker was called out.
I'm still yelling help because she's over here like coughing and like I'm just freaking out. But I'm on the phone with her mom now at this point. So they keep yelling, come out. So I'm like, okay, it's the police.
Walker says police told him to drop his phone, so he does. And then he walks backwards to the officers.
Yeah, I'm doing everything they're asking me to, slowly and surely. Like, I'm like scared to death.
Walker surrendered to police as SWAT moved into the apartment, finding an unresponsive Breonna Taylor on the hallway floor. Walker was arrested at the scene and taken to LMPD headquarters, where he was interrogated for several hours, the interview wrapping up around 5:30 in the morning.
Like, I literally don't understand this at all.
Yeah.
I have no reason. Like, I don't understand at all why they would be knocking on her door unless it was a mistake. Like, at all. And I asked that out there a million times, like, why were y'all even at the door? Nobody had an answer.
Now we know this is BS because Jamarcus Glover was going to the apartment. So that's BS. What he's saying is BS because he even said that he thought it was Jamarcus Glover. Jamarcus Glover sells dope. So, and Jamarcus Glover said Breonna Taylor was picking up money for him. So all this innocent victimization, it's all a con game, it's a lie. We done been through all the facts of what's going on. Ain't nobody innocent. It's wrong and it's tragic, ain't nobody innocent. That's a difference. You can still be done wrong and not be innocent. So he done called his mama first, then called 911, then called her mama. So I don't know. I don't know. It just sounds kind of strange. Let me see, who went to jail? So what police went to jail? What police went to jail? Let me see. But let's see who went to jail. Let's see. Let me see. I don't see where anybody went to jail. I don't see where any cops went to jail yet. I know they're trying to get federally indicted right now. I don't see who went to jail. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Can someone tell me who went to jail? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't see where any police went to jail. So if anybody can tell me who went to jail, I'd like to see that because I don't know who went to jail as of yet. But at the end of the day, though, the lesson to be learned from all of this is you reap what you sow. So for women, if you mess with guys that sell drugs or involved in crime, this is what could happen. Like nobody got to like. The problem is there's no lesson in all of this. There's no lesson in all of this, and the lesson should be beware the company that you keep. You can't be picking up drug money for this dude. You can't be renting out cars that folks get murdered in for this guy. Like this stuff's going to come back to haunt you. And I'm sorry to say that Breonna Taylor, she sold these seeds. There was somebody murdered in her rental car, and she still dealt with this guy. It was someone that was murdered that they knew. So at the end of the day, she was inadvertently involved in a murder. So at the end of the day, we can't get mad when this stuff comes back. What black folks have believed, that black folks believe the hype. They can do what they want to do. Nothing's going to happen because of racism. That's a lie. You still got to be accountable. So Breonna Taylor, that guy was killed in her rental car, 2016. Did she say it was wrong? Any remorse? She still kept dealing with Jamarcus Glover. Still kept picking up money for him. Still kept telling him who going to the trap. All that. So she never stopped even after someone lost their life. So now when she loses her life, everybody says, oh, it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. But I know that God's always watching. Reaping and sowing are still in existence. So black folks can believe what they want to believe, but it's still reaping and sowing. And somebody was murdered, and you were an accomplice to that because you rented a rental car. And when he came back to the house, you knew he didn't have the car. So you knew something was wrong. You knew something bad had happened. You knew it. So at the end of the day, we're not going to act like people are innocent. Folks can get done wrong and not be innocent. So at the end of the day, there was someone that was murdered, shot 8 times and killed. And ironically, she got shot 6 times. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. And so the problem is that nobody got a lesson from this. All they got was that white people are bad. That's not going to work when you go to heaven. It's not going to work when the Chinese show up. It's not going to work when the UN show up. It's not going to work during the Great Reset. They are setting black people up. You are going to sow what you reap, or you're going to reap what you sow. Someone said, so the police that killed her should be gone. Well, technically, the guy that shot was shot at first. So he can't be the one that's wrong. He's the one that got shot at first. The guy that got shot is the one that shot. He got shot first. So I don't care what the media is telling you. Everybody said he got shot first in the leg and he returned 6 shots. So he can't be wrong. So now we got to again ask, do we still believe in reaping and sowing? Do we still believe that if we're around bad people, bad things are going to happen? Do we still believe if we're dealing with someone that's selling drugs and helping them sell drugs, it's going to be a problem for our life? That's the lesson. That's the lesson. These folks aren't innocent. So black folks don't want to say she was in the wrong too. So what black folks do is black folks make her a hero. Black folks don't want to say George Floyd was in the wrong too. No, he was a hero. That's a problem. And it's wrong. Fight back against who? The police account for 0.03% of homicides in our community. 0.03% of homicides in our community are caused by the police. 94% of homicides are caused by us. So my question is, who are we fighting back against? Who are we fighting back against? I don't see any of you running y'all mouth out in the streets protesting when these babies get killed. Matter of fact, let's see how many folks have died in Louisville, Kentucky since the Breonna Taylor thing from black folks shooting black folks. And let's see how much y'all care about that. Now watch how the energy change now. Now, we care about the police killing Breonna Taylor. That's one incident, but not the thousands that go on. But let's see. Let's see. Let's see if we care about it. Let's see. Homicides in Louisville, 2020, during the pandemic. Let's see if we care. 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 Bet we don't care. I bet we don't care. I bet we'll step over 1,000 dead bodies that look like us to cry about one killed by the white police. I bet we value a white person killing a black person more than black folks killing black folks. Somebody said the jab killed more people, but black folks when they pushed the jab. Should I remind you all? Meg Thee Stallion, Kamala Harris, Juvenile, all your black celebrities, Gucci Mane, Jeezy, Boosie, all your black who's who pushed the snake bite. All of them. So again, you can't get mad at white folks for what black folks are doing. Black folks pushed the snake bite. Black folks made songs about it, made skits about it. Black folks did that. Black folks made campaigns. The black church became snake bite sites and testing sites. The black church did that. If y'all can't see my live because they hating, then just go to my YouTube. Black folks got an excuse for everything. They celebrity robots. It's always an excuse. Black folks still pushing the snake bite. Okay, let's see. The city reached a grave milestone of having the most homicides in its history in 2020 with 1,733. And as of July 2021, there has been a 63% increase in homicide since the same time last year. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. I bet we don't get mad. I bet we don't get mad. That was kind of a... Let me find some better statistics. That seemed kind of high. Let me get some better ones. Okay, here we go. The year 2020 will be remembered for several things. In Louisville, it's been a record-setting year for gun violence. As of Sunday, the Louisville Metro Police Department's LMPD weekly data shows at least 170 criminal homicides so far this year. That sounds about right. Of those, 157 were shootings. There are another 584 shootings. That was in 2020. I bet you don't care. I bet you don't care. I bet you don't care. How much y'all want to bet she don't care? How much y'all want to bet? Now she's saying it's Google, but we can go to the .gov. It ain't got to be Google. We go to the actual websites. But How much I want to bet she care about Breonna Taylor because she was killed by a white cop, but she don't care about these babies getting killed by us? How much you want to? Let's see if she cares. Let's see if she cares. Let me find the children being shot in Louisville. Let me find the children. I bet she don't care. How much you want to bet she make him an excuse? She gonna blame Google. She gonna blame everything. And on top of the homicides, the police only solve 33% of the homicides. So that means 2/3 of the killers remain on the streets. 2/3. But y'all say they're locking us up, but they can't even find the killers. So let's find 2021 homicides, Louisville children. Let's see, children. Let's see if she get mad. Now, she don't care about the adults. She don't care about the men. Let's see if she get mad at babies getting killed. Let's see if the babies tug at her heartstrings. Let's see. Let's see if the babies tug. Let's see if now listen now. We can all agree that Breonna Taylor might not be innocent, Kenneth Walker, Jamarcus Glover, but we can agree that the baby is innocent. So let's see. Let's see if the children move her heartstrings. Let's see. 123 children aged 17 and under were hit by gunfire and 24 died. So we got 123 children shot and 24 died in Louisville. Can we agree that that's tragic? Can we agree that that's bad? That the baby's getting killed? Can we at least say, you know what? We draw a line at the babies. Can we at least do that? Can we at least draw a line at the babies and say they shouldn't be getting killed? 173 children shot, 24 kids. Can we just say that that's wrong? Can we just say we got to do something about that? We got to be accountable. Can you just say we got to be accountable? Just say that for me. Come on, Keena. Just say we got to be accountable, Keena. Just all you got to say, Keena, so we can have faith in you. Come on, Keena. Yeah, Keena, but your people push the jab, though. Black folks push the jab. Black folks still pushing the jab. Black folks still pushing the jab. I'm trying to understand why this woman is on here and she's not upset about these babies getting shot. Do you know how this is a woman? Listen, back in the day, the women were the nurturers. They cared about the children. This woman don't even care about the babies getting shot. She cared about the police shooting Breonna Taylor more than her people shooting the babies. Do you know how tragic and disheartening this is, y'all? This woman cares more about the police in the Breonna Taylor case than the actual babies innocently getting gunned down in her community. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. She's talking about the system. She's talking about the system, but they can only solve 1/3 of the murders. If it was the system, they could solve 100%. They can only solve so that means most of the killers are remaining on the streets, and she don't even care about that. She don't even believe it. See, it ain't even happening. Well, listen, man, when I tell you, the worst thing to be is black, because black people are headed to a place of no return. I'm telling y'all this right now from my heart and my soul. Black people are doomed. Doomed. It's over. I mean, doomed. This woman said, I don't care about the babies getting killed. Goodness. I couldn't even, I don't know how these folks sleep at night. I don't know. I don't know. That's crazy. In 2021, they had 583 people suffered a gunshot. Out of those, 123 were children. There were 188 homicides in Louisville in 2021 up until December. All these folks marching in protest for Breonna Taylor, but ain't nobody marched in protest for all these dead bodies. How are we stepping over these dead bodies to talk about Breonna Taylor? And it's tragic, but how are we forfeiting all the other bodies? I'll tell you why. Because to be black is to be controlled. To be black is to be controlled. This is why when black folks get some money, they leave the hood. This is why when black folks in the hood, they see all the murder. And the first chance they get up out of there. This is why. And I got somebody on here that's a woman saying she don't care about the babies getting killed. All she want to do is see the cops be punished. If you punish every cop for a police homicide, that still only accounts for 0.03% of homicides. Now we got to deal with 99% of the homicides. So if the police is doing that killing, who is doing the rest of the killing? Listen, man, when I tell you black people are headed into a place of no return, and it's sad and it's tragic. I know my grandparents never envisioned this. There's no way. It's no way. Just a total lack of empathy, total lack of concern, total lack of care, no outrage, no nothing. Just no empathy. Just all we care about is white people killing. That's it. It's sick. It's actually sick. And it's actually demonic. Thanks for the badge, Chin Chin. It's actually demonic. It's just demonic. Demonic. And then to blame the snake bite as if black folks wasn't pushing the snake bite. The lady got on TV and said, I'm going to stick out my arm. I don't care what's in it. Chris Rock said, take it. Barack Obama said, take it. Everybody black said, take it. Everybody black pushed it. But she mad at white cops. Listen, y'all. Black people are running off of a cliff. And my advice to you all is to separate yourself. I'm just telling you. Because when them UN troops show up and them Chinese police, the Chinese police station is already in New York. They already got a Chinese police station in New York. I'm just telling y'all now. I'm just telling you all, when the UN troops show up and the Chinese police are in every city, you're going to see all this data come into play because they're going to bring it up. They're going to say, y'all have been killing, the homicide rate been steadily on. They're going to put all the stats out. And if you put your hands on them Chinese police officers, you're going to prison for a hate crime. This woman said she don't care about the babies being killed. God, no. All these folks been getting killed in Louisville since Breonna Taylor's death. Ain't nobody mentioned it. All these folks been getting killed since Breonna Taylor's death, and ain't nobody even talking about it. You know why? Because to be black is to be controlled. And nobody cares about black people killing black people. And it's disgusting. Yeah, she probably, you know what's honest though? Thanks for the badge, bringing the sword. I don't even think she's a bot. I just think that she's just brainwashed, like most black people. She just in the Blatrix. That's all. I think she just brainwashed. Like in her mind, in her view, the world's only black and white people when nobody's really black or white. So she's already stuck in the color codes. She's already looking at black and white, so she can't function without this stuff. So she don't care. She's been conditioned and programmed to not care about the babies or the people. She don't care about them. Her thing is race. She care about race. She don't care about nothing else but race. She care about a false construct. So I don't think she a bot. I think she just brainwashed. She's in a Blatrix. She's in one of them pods plugged up. You know, I don't take it personal because I know that most black folks are under conditioning and programming. So they've already been conditioned and programmed to be this way. So she's operating off she's operating on a low vibrational frequency. Everything she sees is black and white. So she can't even, it's kind of like, you ever seen the movie Tarzan? When they went to go see Tarzan, he was like very primitive. He was just, he communicated like an ape. He acted like an ape. He was very like animalistic, primal, basic urges and needs, right? But then when he went to the civilization, he was able to stand up right, started talking, wearing suits and clothes, So yeah, so it's just kind of the same way, that they've conditioned and programmed black folks to really be low vibrational beings. And it's sad and it's tragic. So black folks really don't care about anything else but race. So when they tell black people that everything is about race, it automatically lowers brain cells. I mean, it's sad and it's tragic, So I just know that black folks are doomed because they won't let it go, because their identity is in a false construct. It's just sad and it's just tragic. Still wearing masks, still pushing the jab. I mean, I just applied for a job working with our people, and the lady sent me the stuff back. First thing she asked me was, "Are you jabbed up?" First question she asked me, "Are you jabbed up?" Not what you can bring to the company, not, where you see yourself in 5 years. Are you jabbed up? That's our people. So it's just, it's just sad and it's tragic. So, but so that's what we are as a people. Everything's about color. And so they got us functioning like primates. Everything we do is just what we see, what we hear. No investigative research, no context clues, no facts, no truth, just what we hear, what we see just immediately. So they already know they can just put something in front of us and we react. So I don't fault her. I just know she's in the Blatrix. So all I really was pray for her. But she gonna get a rude awakening pretty soon. When the UN troops show up and the Chinese show up and all that, she gonna see. She gonna see what it means. She gonna see. I ain't gotta say nothing. She gonna see it. She controlled by white liberals. Thanks, Bree. Malcolm X told y'all, white liberals control the black community psychologically, mentally, spiritually, economically. He said that back in like 64. Malcolm X said that back in the 60s, that black folk controlled by the white liberals. And it's the same thing today. All of her talking points come from black people that are controlled by white liberals. They're supposed to control. They control. Somebody said, I ain't no monkey. If you're talking about race, you're a primate. Race is a false construct. If you're talking about race, you're a primate. If you're saying that I'm being held down by racism, you're a primate. That is a low vibrational way to exist because it puts all of your power in someone else's hands. Y'all have been crying about racism for the last 100-some years. Either y'all some cowards or it don't exist. Which one is it? You can't have it both ways. I watch black people protest for Breonna Taylor. I watch black people protest for George Floyd. I watch black people protest for the name Darren Brooks or Jacob. I forgot his name. The guy that got shot and lived. But when it came to Joe Biden saying get that shot or else, I saw black folks line up. So black folks can't really tell me anything about racism when I saw the moment that black folks should have protested was when Joe Biden said, you got to get a shot. But instead, black folks shut their mouth and put their arm out. So black folks lost their revolutionary card, the fist up in the air. All that stuff is dead. Black folks' card got pulled back in 2021 with Joe Biden. Really 2020, you know, when y'all voted for him in a record number, when he said you ain't black if you don't vote for me. But it really got pulled with the snake bite. Not only did black folks not protest, black folks joined in the fight. Yeah, that's why I'm sorry, Jacob Blake, you're right. All your favorite rappers joined in, all your favorite athletes, all your favorite entertainers, all your favorite politicians, everybody that was black, that was in the black who's who, all said, get that snake bite. The same folks out there that was protesting for Breonna Taylor and George Floyd was the same folks a year later telling y'all to get the snake bite. So all I gotta say is, you know, I don't feed into this black stuff. You know, these folks tore the streets up in the tune of $3 billion. Now, Joe Biden done sent over $60 billion to the Ukraine. $60 billion to the Ukraine, and black folks talking about reparations. Joe Biden done sent $60 billion to some Ukrainian Nazis, and black folks mad at Kanye. Black folks are mad at Kanye, but Joe Biden done sent $60 billion to some Nazis in the Ukraine. And y'all want me to believe that it's white people's fault. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to convince me. It's going to be hard to convince me. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to convince me. When Joe Biden got in office, he promised 13 million jobs to immigrants. Not black people. Not ADOS, BIPOC, none of that, indigenous, none of that. Joe Biden offered 13 billion jobs to immigrants and then 500,000 jobs to the Indians. Not Native Americans, from India. And black folks didn't yell, didn't kick, didn't scream, didn't riot, and didn't loot. Joe Biden gave the immigrants in New York, the illegal immigrants in New York, $2.3 billion, and black folks was like this. Joe Biden gave the Afghans millions to come over here and live a good life. Black folks. Joe Biden told the black leaders in a meeting, if you don't like what I'm doing, to hell with y'all, and y'all better get with the Hispanics because they make more of a population than y'all do. Joe Biden said, black folks. So I get people want to talk about I hate my people. I clearly know my people hate themselves. I can't hate something that already hates itself. I can't be the one to hate something that already hates itself. Joe Biden handed out billions of dollars in black folks. So again, I want to be clear and in context. The issue here is not the police being bad. The issue is the police being racist. And as we see, the police weren't racist. They had every reason to go to Breonna Taylor's apartment. Now, how they handled it, we can say that's wrong. And not even all of them. It was really just one rogue officer. It was really one officer that was rogue. The guy shooting through the bedroom. It really wasn't even all the. It was really just one guy. But they had a reason to be there. As per Jamarcus Glover's admission, as per Kenneth Walker's admission, per their admission, the police should have been there, based on what they said. So I get accused of a lot of things, but I can't be accused of lying. I don't use what I say. I went to the sources. I went to Kenneth Walker and I went to Jamarcus Glover, and they told you all why the police were there. Not me, not CNN, not the Shade Room, but them. Now, the climate change ain't for black people, though. They're going to use black folks to push it. It ain't for black folks. Now, black folks going to feel the brunt of climate change because black folks not going to be able to afford the taxes, and they're going to be forced to stay in the house. See, they setting y'all up, black. What are they going to do to y'all? They going to say, because y'all been running around, y'all been saying, we carbon, yay, we carbon. So they're going to say, well, you know what, black people? Since y'all have the most carbon, you all are causing the most damage to the environment. We carbon. White folks, y'all ain't carbon. We the carbonated beings. It's us. They're going to get on TV and say, dear black people, since y'all are the carbonated people, you got to stay in the house. You got to stay in the house. So what's going to happen is black folks going to be in the house. Everybody else going to be outside because y'all was the ones with carbon, remember? Y'all going to fight. Y'all going to change y'all black fist for a green fist. Y'all going to be climate change. And then in the future, y'all going to be protesting, I can't breathe, literally. Because they're going to make y'all put something in y'all mouth to restrict your breathing. And you're going to do it because you're wearing a mask now. Or you're going to the green zones, the FEMA camps. You know, we all know how this goes. So I just want to say that don't tell me I hate black people. Tell black people they hate themselves. Joe Biden done sat down with Cardi B, had a great conversation. Sat down with the transgender dude, great conversation. Sat down with the black leaders and said, to hell with y'all, give it to Hispanics. You see the difference? When he sat down with Cardi B, great conversation. When he sat down with the trans, great conversation. When he sat down with y'all, to hell with y'all, give it to Hispanics. You see the difference? And black folks are silent. So don't tell me I hate anybody when you get on here and say you don't care about black children being murdered more than you care about the police officers killing us at 0.03%. Don't tell me I'm the bad person when you don't care about babies getting gunned down. So that's all I want to say about that. But listen, hope y'all enjoyed it. I love y'all. Oh yeah, Neon. Yeah, I know Neon. They tell you about Neon, right? But Neon has to be ran by somebody. So Neon was going to be a part of slave labor. Neon, that one strip long city. I did a live on Neon, 2 of them. It's on my YouTube page. I did a live on Neon. It's on my YouTube page. But that's going to be a universal income. Everybody working at Neon going to be a slave. The folks living there going to be privileged. The folk, y'all like the word privileged. The folks living there going to be, but the folks running the city going to be slaves. They're not telling y'all that though. They're telling y'all utopia, but who gonna run it? Oh, slave labor. But listen, I love y'all. I love you too, Christina. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Check out the Neon Live I got with Erica. I think we got 2 episodes up a couple of months back. But at the end of the day, just remember that if you put your trust in somebody else's hands, you're always going to lose. So if where you're going in life is dependent upon a system, then you're already doomed. And if you're being oppressed by something and someone's keeping you back, then you're a coward for not doing something about it. So either you're a coward or it's not happening. Which one is it? So my advice to Black people is to stop identifying with their color because they are controlling you with the color. They are making you compromise all of your morals, all of your character, your standards for a color. They're making you place value on life based on the color of the person that took the life. So you want to be free, stop being Black. I sell some shirts. I ain't Black, I'm free. That's right, Christina. Be in the world, but not of it. So it's hard to be free if your mind's conditioned on a color. If everything is about you being Black, then you are a slave. You don't, because Black folks don't own anything, don't control anything. Black people can't even leave the country Black because your passport says you are American. So you can't even leave the country Black. That's how limiting Black is. Black is a system of control. It's a control mechanism. And they play on your emotions to get you to be low vibrational. If you're low vibrational, you can be used by the devil. Listen, I love you all. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, being Black is socialism and it's communism and dictatorship. Because when you're Black, you got to talk a certain way. You got to walk a certain way. You got to exist. Like when you're Black, every step of your life is already orchestrated. Every step. Every step. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much.
I want to change. You know I do. It's time to turn yourself in.